What makes a life meaningful? From ancient sages to modern thinkers, the question of what makes a life meaningful has echoed across generations. Despite vast differences in culture, religion, and era, the human yearning to live a life that matters remains a unifying theme. But what exactly is a meaningful life? Is it tied to purpose, success, happiness, love, or contribution? Or is it a deeply personal journey shaped by individual values and beliefs? This philosophical exploration aims to dissect the elements that have historically been associated with meaning, challenge common assumptions, and illuminate how various traditions and thinkers have approached this profound human concern. 1. The search for meaning. A universal human concern. Unlike animals driven solely by instinct, humans possess self-awareness, the ability to reflect on their existence, and the power to question their place in the universe. From childhood, many begin to ask, "Why am I here? Does my life have a purpose? What will I be remembered for?" These questions often intensify in times of crisis, success, or solitude. The philosopher who survived the Holocaust wrote in his seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning, that life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. 2. Classical philosophical views on a meaningful life. The Greek philosopher believed that the highest goal of human life was eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or well-being. For him, this wasn't mere pleasure, but the fulfillment of one's potential through virtuous activity. A meaningful life, therefore, comes from developing one's character, acting ethically, and contributing to the greater good of society. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. B. Stoicism, living in accordance with nature and reason. The Stoics, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, emphasized living in harmony with nature, practicing self-control, and focusing on what we can control. For them, meaning wasn't about external success, but about cultivating inner peace, resilience, and wisdom. A meaningful life was one of rational self-mastery and virtue, regardless of external circumstances. C. Existentialism, creating your own meaning. In the 20th century, existentialist philosophers argued that life has no inherent meaning, and that this is not a tragedy, but a freedom. Since there is no pre-written script for life, each person must create their own purpose through authentic choices, passion, and responsibility. Always know, life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal. 3. Common sources of meaning in life. Though philosophies differ, research and human experience reveal several recurring sources from which people derive meaning. A. Relationships and love. Family, friendships, romantic partners, and community often top the list. We are social beings, and many find their lives gained purpose through the joy, responsibility, and emotional richness of human connection. B. Work and contribution. Engaging in meaningful work, whether paid or unpaid, can give individuals a sense of accomplishment and usefulness. Many people link their identity and worth to what they do and how it impacts others. C. Faith and spirituality. For billions, belief in a higher power or spiritual reality provides a framework of meaning. Faith offers answers to existential questions and a sense of belonging to something greater than oneself. D. Growth and self-development. Some people find meaning through personal growth, developing talents, pursuing knowledge, or overcoming adversity. The journey itself becomes the purpose. E. Service and legacy. Helping others, advocating for justice, or contributing to future generations can give people a sense that their lives matter beyond their own existence. 4. Is happiness the same as meaning? Many equate a meaningful life with a happy life, but they're not the same. A happy life is often focused on comfort, pleasure, and avoiding pain. A meaningful life, by contrast, might involve struggle, sacrifice, and complexity. For example, raising children, fighting injustice, or caring for a sick loved one might not always bring happiness in the moment, but it often brings deep meaning. A psychologist found in studies that meaning is associated with long-term goals, identity, and a sense of significance, even when it's not always enjoyable. 5. The role of culture and individual differences. Culture plays a massive role in shaping what people see as meaningful. In some cultures, duty to family and tradition takes precedence. In others, personal freedom and achievement are emphasized. Meaning is not one size fits all. What inspires one person might bore another. This personal nature of meaning is what makes the question so rich and also so elusive. It evolves over time and is often shaped by life's unpredictable turns. 6. Can a life be meaningless? A sobering yet necessary question. Can a life be meaningless? Philosophers believe that the universe itself is indifferent, that we live in a world that does not offer inherent answers. While some argue that humans can rebel against absurdity by embracing life passionately, even if it has no guaranteed point, the struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. Even in the absence of grand meaning, small acts of courage, kindness, creation, or expression can be ways of saying, I choose to make this matter. Conclusion: living with meaning. Ultimately, the question, what makes a life meaningful, may not have a universal answer, but asking it is part of what makes us human. Meaning is often found at the intersection of connection, contribution, and authenticity. When we live in ways that align with our values, touch the lives of others, and pursue what resonates deeply within us. A meaningful life is not perfect. It is not always happy, but it is deeply lived, awake, aware, and aligned with something we believe is worthwhile. In the end, meaning may not be something we find once and for all, but something we create every day, moment by moment, choice by choice,